There's no rules for painting. There probably is rules for painting and I just break them all the time. Today, we are making our own table numbers for the wedding. I had an idea of just doing like tiny little art pieces for each table. I'm gonna put an inspo picture of kind of like what I saw on Pinterest here, but I want each painting to be different. I want each table to have its own little piece of art. I want the whole wedding to just feel like art. So that's what we're going for. I'm super excited. I bought this oil and acrylic paper, so we're gonna cut this to size to be the same size that'll fit in these frames. And yeah, I might be a little ambitious trying to do 12 of these. I changed the angle up just a little bit so you can still see the table and see me. So let's get started. I'm gonna first measure the paper to be the right size. I'm gonna make them the size of the glass itself, but maybe just like a hair bigger. I used my paper cutter and made them to be just a little bit bigger than the glass, and then I'm gonna tape around it for right now just to paint, and then I will cut them down even smaller so they fit the frames. But these are gonna turn out so good. So I can get 2 out of 1 piece of paper. I feel like I can get more than that. That's better. Okay, so we can get 4 out of each piece of paper and it wastes a lot less. So we're gonna cut it like that, even though we'll have less room to like tape it off, but I think that'll be good. So let's start with just these pieces for right now, because there's no way I'm gonna paint all 12 today. I'm kind of messy, so I'm gonna put down an art mat. So I'm gonna go grab that. Give me 1 second. Okay, I got my little purple art mat here. Let's start with, I'm gonna start with one of the bigger ones, and I'm just gonna tape it straight to this mat so it doesn't move. Okay, I have it taped down now, and I kind of outlined exactly where the picture frame is going to, like what we're gonna see, just so I don't paint like something important on a part I'm not gonna see. So let's go ahead and find, I'm gonna pull up an inspiration picture right now. Let's start with just like this swan. Can you see that? This swan on like a black background. This feels like an easy thing to start with. I have my main colors I want to use. I have Azilian Crimson, regular crimson, phthalo blue, yellow ochre, burnt umber, and raw umber, regular white, obviously a little bit of black, and sap green. I'm gonna draw out the little swan just so I can get an idea of where it's gonna sit on the painting. I set up this other little angle here so you can actually probably see what I'm doing a little bit better, hopefully. All right, that's our swan. He's gonna have a shadow, a ripple in the water. There's some like flowers here. I do think I'm gonna start with the background actually, and then move into painting the swan itself. So I'm gonna start with burnt umber. I'm just gonna go for it. These don't have to be perfect because I do want them to just like look like an oil painting, if that makes any type of sense. So I'm just gonna grab my browns and paint them in. There's all kinds of colors happening in this little swan picture now that I'm looking at it. But let's take some of this yellow ochre and put it up here. I think that's gonna look really good. It's really gonna make it pop. For some reason, having this little camera here makes it feel like I'm like painting with my non-dominant hand. Like I know that doesn't make any sense at all, but something about it. So yeah, I'm just kind of throwing down like a base coat. Like I don't wanna spend too much time on each painting either because I have a lot of paintings to paint, so I'm trying to not make each one perfect. I just want them to be like cutesy and nice. So while I'm just painting the background, I kind of have time to just chat about wedding things because I don't have to think too much when doing the background colors. But Eric and I are planning a lot. I just finished a big job, so I'm currently not like working like full time. Like I don't have to be somewhere every day, which has been really helpful. Eric is working full time, so he's a little busier, but we are getting married in someone's backyard. Because I shoot and work so many weddings, I didn't want to get married at like a wedding venue because I didn't want the wedding day to feel like I was working. Trying to get it to feel like my wedding and not just a wedding that I'm working has been a struggle. If you've worked in the wedding industry, please tell me you relate, because going into engagement season, I was working full time. Like I was doing like 12-hour days, long days, and I just was having trouble like getting excited about planning a wedding. Like, obviously I'm excited to marry Eric, but something about planning the wedding, I was like, I do weddings for work also. I was just not feeling like super stoked about it. But now that I'm not working and now that I kind of got the ball rolling with some stuff, I am getting just so excited. Like, I went dress shopping. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to share the pictures and the videos of trying on all the different wedding dresses. I feel like I just keep saying that I'm excited, but it's so true. Like, I am excited. It's a fun time. Like, it's a fun season to be in. This is looking pretty cute so far. I'm gonna switch brushes, I think. I like utilizing like the paint that's already on the canvas and already on like a dirty brush. It was funny, me and my fiance, we were walking around a park yesterday just because we like to go for walks, and there was a duck, and we both agreed that we're more like you know how like swans are like romance and they're like a white fuzzy bird, but like ducks are also a white fuzzy bird. We were like, we're more like ducks than we are like swans. He's coming together. Let's go ahead and add like the bushes in this bottom section. I feel like that looks good. It definitely looks different than the reference picture, but like I don't think it has to look like the same as the reference picture. I almost want to add some to the top. Would that be crazy? I think that might be crazy. We're going for it. We're going wild. All right, now we're gonna attempt to paint some like little white-ish flowers on everything. I have this like crusty orange color. I'm gonna do the little beak detail. And then we're gonna just paint that on. It does not look like the reference photo, but I think it turned out pretty cute. Let me show the main camera. Let's rip it off. This is attempt number 1. We have our swan in the water. Trying to get it so the light doesn't catch it weird. Yeah, I added some kind of like brush stroke texture to the top, and then obviously like the little swan with its little black beak and detail. So I feel like it turned out pretty good. Let's do another one. Should I like tape these all up somewhere so they're all on like display? Maybe I'll put it behind me. There's these sparrows. This might be ambitious. Maybe not the sparrows. Look how cute those look though. Those I might save for another day. No, let's just do it. I'm feeling artistic. We got our camera here. Let's go ahead and tape down our piece of paper. I think I might just do 1 sparrow instead of 2 sparrows, because 2 sparrows feels complex, but then again, I could paint the like number in between the sparrows. So this one has more of this like purpley color, which is honestly why I picked the sparrow painting, because I'm really just excited for this color. This is a brand new paint, so it needs a little. I'm gonna use my same dirty brush, you know me, and we're just gonna go for it. Actually, I should draw. Pause, I got too excited. Okay, I'm going to attempt to draw and paint this sparrow one also, and then I will come back just so this video is not like 100 hours long and show you the 2 side by side and see how they look. I definitely don't like this one as much, but I think that's okay. I'm not gonna love all of them probably. But here is our birds. So next up is we are going to paint the glass. I have to wait for the oil paintings to dry, so we are just gonna move on to the numbers and get like a rough idea of what these are gonna look like right now, and once it dries, we'll put it all together. But I'm gonna use acrylic paint for the numbers, and we're gonna see how it turns out. Let's make one of these table number 7. That's what we're gonna start with. I guess we'll have to do it backwards. All of a sudden, I forgot what direction the 7 goes. I'm gonna tape this 7 to the glass. I'm just gonna grab like a regular paintbrush and then just do a little bit of this white paint. Ooh! So I'm just gonna paint so it's kind of just smooth white paint on here. I might have to end up buying like a special type of paint, but this is what we're here to kind of test it all out. This is acrylic, so it'll dry a lot faster. Moment of truth. Yeah, I think that'll look good. I think you're gonna have to do like 2 coats, maybe more. Ah, The paint is bleeding a little bit from the stencil, so I took it off and I'm just gonna try and like hand paint within the lines that it created. I think doing it by hand was a lot better after I got the initial shape down. This turned out really good. I think it'll be nice once we get the picture in there. Whenever I do an art project, it just explodes until I'm done with it. Look at my table. Just look at it. It is a new day. I have the two that I painted in this video. They're dry now, so I framed them with their numbers. I've been painting the numbers on glass. I've just been using stencils and like acrylic paint, and it seems to be working really well. I had to do a bunch of coats to make it more like opaque and not so transparent. I need to clean these up a little bit, but look at how good these two look. I've also done a couple more paintings, like this one I did literally last night. It's another swan. I think the theme is gonna be like swans and birds, just nature in general. But let me show you a close-up. I also did Jesus holding a lamb and just this like nature scape. I think they turned out so good. I'm excited for these ones to dry so I can frame them. I also just have all the numbers still on my table and like the half taken apart frames. But I hope you enjoyed this kind of tutorial, kind of just chatty vlog video while I DIY'd these table numbers. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. I have 7 more to go. I might do more than 7 because I've actually just been enjoying just painting. It's been so much fun. I feel like I forgot how much I love painting. But yeah, this was super fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I had a great time just chatting, talking all things wedding, painting with you. So I will see you next week. I actually leave for a trip, so I might pause the wedding DIYs and film a trip video. And yeah, I'm excited. So I'll see you next week.